I worked until 4 a.m. for 3 months to make my coworker look like a genius. The day he got the promotion, he pretended he didn't even know my name. But he forgot one thing. I built the system he's now trying to control. Mark was the architect, the kind of man who lived in the lines of code and the silence of late-night office hours. His colleague Julian was the visionary, the man who knew exactly which tie to wear to a board meeting. When the firm announced a race for the senior partner position, Julian confessed he was struggling. He played on Mark's empathy, talking about his sick daughter and his drowning mortgage. Mark, believing in a brotherhood that didn't exist, stayed until 4 a.m. for 3 months, building a proprietary AI trading model that would save the firm billions. He put Julian's name on the header. Asterisk the day of the promotion, the CEO didn't just praise the work. He called it the greatest individual achievement in the company's history. Julian stood up, took the applause, and looked Mark straight in the eye without a hint of recognition. 2 weeks later, Mark was called into HR. His keycard was dead. They showed him evidence that he had been leaking trade secrets to a competitor, evidence planted from his own terminal using Julian's admin access. Mark was escorted out by security. When he tried to call Julian, the number was disconnected. On LinkedIn, X, and Instagram, Julian's profile was gone for him. Blocked. Mark realized that Julian hadn't just stolen a project. He had executed a life harvest. By studying Mark's habits for years, Julian had learned how to mimic Mark's intellectual fingerprint while framing Mark as a liability. But Julian made one fatal mistake. He assumed Mark was a victim. He forgot that Mark was the one who built the system. Mark doesn't sue. He doesn't go to the press. Instead, he waits for the firm's biggest IP launch. Powered by Julian's AI model, deep within the code, Mark had hidden a logic bomb disguised as a minor server optimization. On the day of the launch, with billions on the line, the AI begins to behave erratically, not by crashing, but by slowly transferring fractions of cents from the firm's executive bonus pool into a public charity for whistleblowers. The board panics. They turn to their genius, Julian, to fix it. But Julian can't even read the first line of the script. He's exposed as a fraud in front of the entire financial world. Mark watches the news from a beach in a country with no extradition. He receives a notification. Julian has unblocked him to beg for the password. Mark types one final message. You used kindness as a weapon. I used logic as a shield. Access denied. He hits delete, and Julian's digital world turns to black.